Hello and welcome to my Scratch mini-series. This is episode 9. I'm hoping to keep it a little bit briefer than the last one. Do apologise for the length of that. These are supposed to be little bite-sized Scratch tutorials for you just to get the concept of something down. Now, let's jump right into it. Today, what I want to talk to you about is using a variable in Scratch. Now, what is a variable, you might ask? A variable is very simple. It's just how we can store something and refer to it. And I'll give you an example. So let's get our Scratch moving around the screen. Now, I know that I've just put out a video and I said you should never use forever loops because they're rubbish, but I'm going to use one because it's very handy for testing, okay? So I'm going to say when green flag clicked, forever, we're going to, let's say, point in a direction, and then we're going to move 10 steps. And what we're going to do is we're going to get our cat to point in a random direction. So if I jump down to operators, I think we have a random, yeah, absolutely. And we're going to pick from minus 10 to 10, okay? If I hit play, you can, that's not very good, is it? It's not very good at all. Let's just make him bounce. That would be much better. So let's move 10 steps. We're going to we're going to put some setup code in. So there, go to the middle, and then we're going to move 10 steps. And then if we're touching the edge, we're going to turn around. So if touching edge, we're going to turn 180 degrees, okay? So this is nothing different to what I've done in other videos, okay? And you can see there that we've got our cat bouncing now. Now, what I want to do is I want to count every time I click on the cat, okay? So I'm gonna say, in events, I'm gonna say when this sprite is clicked, and then I want to kind of count. My game is you've got to click on the cat as many times as possible, but I need some way in Scratch of counting the amount of times that someone has clicked on him, and we can use a variable for this. Now, you will notice in the top left-hand corner here, I have this variable called points, and it is set to 0. So if I go to my variables tab here, you can see that I've got points here, and I've got it ticked. If I untick it, it disappears. If I tick it, it comes back on the screen, okay? So I can hide it. That doesn't mean it's gone. That doesn't mean it's deleted. It just means it's not showing on the game area. So if it's important that you're showing the points to the player, then you can tick it and they can show it. I'm going to right-click on it, and I'm going to delete it. And let's make a brand new one. So I'm going to click on make a variable, and I'm going to call it clicks because that's the amount of times I've clicked on my cat. And I'm going to press OK. Now, right at the start in my setup code, I'm going to set the amount of clicks to 0 because every time someone plays the game, we want them to start at 0 clicks, okay? We don't want them to start with the high score of the last person because that's just madness. So what we're going to do then is every time this sprite is clicked, we're going to change clicks by 1. So now I can, let's stop this and press play, okay? Clicks is set to 0, and now every time I click on the cat, can you see clicks is going up? Yeah? So I'm clicking on the cat, and every time I click on him, clicks is going up. If I can click on him. Great. And you could use this to count the amount of points someone's got, either in a one-player game or a multiplayer game, and this is really helpful, and variables can be used in all different parts of your programming to make it much easier to keep track of things. This is just a basic example, but I would advise you to think about next time you're using Scratch, think about, could I make this better by using a variable? And I'm sure the answer would be yes. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Sweet!